There we go. Oh, it feels so good to say this. Welcome everybody to a new episode of For the Love of Writing. I feel like it's been a month since I've done the last one. Tonight I am here with Isla Melysin. Very happy to have you on. And we'll get down to it. How old were you when you got into writing and what got you into it?
It depends on the type of writing that you're talking about. Because for so long, I've been a career student. I'm a nurse and I just finished my doctorate last fall.
Oh,
So, as far as academic writing goes, I feel like I've been doing it my entire life, and I have a few published scientific papers out there. But the fiction I just started after I was going through a rough time a couple years ago. And I come from a very literary family, but I just felt like I needed to change things up and put some feelings on paper. So it was really the fiction only started about 2 years ago.
okay. Um, were you the author that writes? I could be completely wrong from what you just said. I'm guessing I am wrong. Are you the one that writes children's books or no?
No, I write epic
Okay.
fantasy.
You said you write what?
Hmm?
You said you write what?
Epic fantasy, coming of
Epic
age.
fantasy. Okay. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah. I've got a trilogy, a completed trilogy that's out right now. The first one, Siren, came out last summer, and then we have Twilight and Legacy was this January. They've gone on their Amazon bestsellers in epic fantasy and coming of age in the United States, Canada, the UK, and Australia. So they've done quite well.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. So the story is a matrilineal line of siren queens. And so there's a unique power that binds their bloodline to the stability of the magic in the realm because the magic was failing. So they performed this ritual about 1,000 years before. And so this power to stabilize is passed mother to daughter, mother to daughter. And so when we pick up in Siren, it's a very coming of age. It starts with the childhood. Um, the queen, Mab, she's pregnant, but she's just lost her mate in the battle that also killed her mother. So she's quite upset and extremely emotional. She goes into early labor and she wants to sort of off herself to join her mate. She's not taking it very well. They talk her down off the ledge, literally, and say, look, he's going to live on in his child. Just wait for the child, live for the child. And so her father, he had white wings and blonde hair. And when she's born, she looks like her grandmother instead. She's got black hair and draconic wings. And the mother takes one look at her and calls her disgrace to her father and a traitor to her father's memory because she looks nothing like him. And the queen is a bit, cray cray right now. So she utterly rejects her, but she can't just sort of throw her out on the street because she's part of this line of the Siren Queens and she's inherited this power. So meanwhile, her grandfather, who was the mate of the previous queen that just got killed in the war, and is her father, he's the general and he's like a brilliant undefeated general, but he's on the front lines. He's still fighting the battle that's killed his mate, the former queen, and now his daughter's mate, who is the father of this baby. So he's still out there fighting, and he himself is quite emotional, and he's like, I want to join my mate on the other side. So he's about to just let them kill him basically. And then he gets notified that his daughter has rejected the baby.
Yeah.
So then he's like, okay. So he flies back from the front. He sees the baby, and she looks just like his dead mate, the former queen. So he goes and he confronts his daughter, and he's like, "Why are you rejecting my granddaughter?" And she's like, "I don't want her. She doesn't look like her father, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, "If she's so important to you, you raise her." And then she sort of gets snarky and it's like, "Because you did such a great job with me," because there's like a lot of family drama there. Um, so he does. He She forbids him to have any sort of maids or anything for this baby, and he takes the baby and raises her in the war camps on the front lines with him.
Oh,
So she's like this little she's almost like a little orphan, except she's not. She's a princess and she's got a lot of power. But at the same time, people are sort of, it's quite political where people are like, we can't disrespect her because she's a princess, but we also want to curry favor with the queen who wants nothing to do with her. So that goes on until she is older. She starts challenging her, and then the realm gets invaded by an enemy. So then the queen sees her chance. She's like, "You either go out there and you defend the realm, which serves her purposes, like protect the realm, or they're going to kill you, and I win either way." So that's pretty much where the action starts happening in book one. And then the war goes into book two. There's some things that are uncovered in book two. She rebels against her mother, and then it becomes queen against queen and civil war on like a continental scale by the time it's in book three. So my books are usually called something like Game of Thrones meets ACOTAR
I was gonna
because,
say, yeah, it feels like Game of Thrones. I love that.
yeah, yeah,
I so it's Siren, Twilight, and Legacy.
yeah, yeah.
Nice. I love that. I love a series. It makes you get so in love with the characters. You get so connected to them.
Yes. Yes, you do. And actually, her grandfather, I hadn't planned on him to be a fan favorite, but he became a fan favorite. So people started bugging me to do his story. So I am. So I'm about to release a duet that is the prequel. And so book one will be coming out this fall.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah.
Is this how many is this the main three books you've released so far or no?
Yeah, it'll be the prequel to the trilogy.
Okay. Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta
Yeah.
be excited.
Oh, I am. There's
You
a
said
lot
it's
of
coming
pre.
out this fall?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
a lot of people are excited for it. I've got pre-orders for it. It's still
Oh,
in edit.
nice.
So
I I'm trying to do I'm hopefully over the next week or two doing pre-orders for this book Sisters I've got coming out with another author. Uh,
oh, excited.
so we both have books coming out soon. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm so happy. Like you said, did you say Game of Thrones meets Avatar?
ACOTAR. A Court of
What
Thorns and
what is that?
A Court of Thorns and Roses? That's the Sarah J. Maas.
Oh,
Yeah, ACOTAR.
I've never heard of that one.
Oh, really? It's huge. And book six is coming out very soon. She's Sarah J. Maas. She's the one who also wrote Throne of Glass series. So she's a bigger one, but people usually call my stuff. I've gotten compared to Brandon Sanderson and Robin Hobb, Steven Erickson. So it's that kind of
Oh,
brutal, gritty warfare and a lot of politics, and the romance is sort of a subplot.
yeah.
People still get attached to the characters, and I've got this little tradition where I've got a jar with little gems, and every time a reader DMs me and says that I've made them cry, I drop one of the little tears in the jar,
Oh,
so
nice.
collecting their tears.
I
So
love that.
it's been fun, and yeah, the tear jar keeps growing. So they do get attached to the characters, but it is quite political and brutal, but it has a lot of heart at the same time.
Oh, I love that.
And yeah, yeah. So
Um,
that's exciting. I just had a 5-chapter prologue come out in an anthology too.
you had a 5-chapter prologue.
Yeah, I really wanted to set up the duology that's coming out as well. That one's going to be like spicy, mythic romantasy. And so it's the same universe, sort of like Marvel, but it's the same
Yeah.
universe, but not the same characters, not the location or the same time.
How do you
Uh,
do that? So that's like five, just like 5 prologues before you get into the book.
Well, it started as a short because I wanted to contribute to the anthology, but I knew that I was working on this novel, so I just expanded what would be a normally short sort of prologue and made it a full 5 chapters. And my chapters are quite large, so this is about 20,000 words as a prologue.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
It's juicy. It's
You are
juicy.
dedicated. I love it.
Yeah, people really liked it. So the anthology is done really well. And then we had, because I'm also a publisher, I own a publishing house.
Oh,
So yeah,
nice.
I have a roster of narrators. So 11 of them are actually narrating the anthology.
Okay. How do you, now I gotta know, because now that I know this, how I have always want to talk to one of you. I that the way I just said that, one of you. Um, how did you start a publishing? Like, how did you start your own publishing company?
Well, like I said, I come from a literary family, so I knew a bunch of people in the business. Um, I just started with my trilogy writing for myself, and but because I come from that background, I sort of knew maybe more than indie authors will frequently know about the business. So I just started promoting myself and doing all of those things in a trad way. And then I started sharing that information with friends that I met, like, oh, do it this way or try this or.
Yeah.
And after a while, they just said, you should really do this. You've got all of the knowledge for it. Your books are successful. And I had just finished my doctorate as well. So then I was like, well, I got all this extra time on my hands. So I founded the press, and it started with just me and 2 other authors. It's grown to 10 authors and 25 roster narrators
Oh, wow.
in a year.
That is amazing. Is that now, does that take a lot of money to do, or just a lot of time, or both?
Um, the startup can take a lot of money. It definitely takes a lot of time. You have to have a business sense. You have to get your business license and everything set up properly. You have to have cover designers and editors. And I really just started as the publishing physical copies and electronic copies. The audio side of it, I didn't really deal with at first, but then I started, because I know narrators, I started finding narrators for my books or my author's books. And then pretty soon I had so many of them, they
Mhm.
just sort of came to me and they said, you need to create a roster. So we actually just sort of formally created an audio division, and we've been able to do narration contracts for all of the books that have come through the press.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations. That's huge.
It's exciting. It's really exciting. So we're
Is
we're always doing new things or special editions, and we do little skits for advertising and stuff as a group. It's really fun.
is writing now, like, and doing like the publishing, is that your like full-time job now, or no?
No, I still work as a nurse.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
Now you said you've been a nurse for how long?
Oh gosh. 15 years?
Thank you. That is awesome. No, I love people like in like healthcare and stuff like that, and that's awesome that you do that.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think you're
Um,
one of the first nurses that has been on here then
oh, well, that's exciting.
I can think of. I've
Uh,
had I had somebody who was, I think, either with the feds or the DEA on here once.
oh.
I've had a guy who served our country.
Hmm.
I've had a few different people on here that I had a woman who like raised and took care of like horses
Oh,
and like
cool.
yeah, like worked on a farm. I've had a lot of cool very interesting people with just the kind of jobs they have. I'm like, "Oh, wow, you do that."
Yeah. That's what I love. This community is so diverse. All of these writers, they all have hidden talents and
Yeah.
interesting things about them. I love it. I've got so many authors in the press who just have these fantastic stories. One of them, she's Australian and she served in the Australian forces. She went to Afghanistan. She was on an AIDS mission, and
Oh,
I just love hearing all of these stories and getting to know all these people.
oh, it's incredible. It's
Hmm.
I've only been doing this probably not even a year yet. It's probably been like 8 or 10 months.
Hmm.
And I've just met so many interesting people doing this
Yeah.
and
Right.
learned a lot too. Just learned a lot from just hearing people's stories. Like the one guy who he was, I think, I don't know if he was in the military or what he was in, but I know he's like fought in battle, and he was telling me about how he was in an area where bombs were actually going off.
Oh,
But
wow.
for where they were just sitting.
Uh-huh.
And he said he started
Casual.
writing a story
Yeah.
in a notebook. And he's like, I had nothing to do. So he's like, I just sat down and wrote. And I was just like, wait, while you were in a potential war zone, he goes, yeah. And I was like, he goes, hey, if you're going to die, you're going to die. He's like, I might as well be writing a story while I'm doing it. And I was like, wow. I love it though, because a lot of people, they say write what you know. And
Yeah.
I've talked to people who are like, yeah, I used to do this, and now I'm writing books like this, and I have experience, so I'm using it in the book, and I love hearing that.
Hmm. Hmm.
I love it.
I
Do you
wish I had experience as a Fey princess, but alas.
do you have any books you've written that's how do I say it? Anything to do in the field of nursing, like book wise or no?
Not specifically nursing, but the latest thing that I released, actually it was 3 weeks ago, was something that was sort of came out of having the press. I was always, like teaching because I'm a nurse educator. So I'm always teaching and I'm helping the authors, and they kept I sort of kept a list of things that kept coming up. And so after a while, they were like, you should just put all this just like brain dump into a book. So I did. I wrote a workbook. It's called the Writer Field Kit, and it sort of combines my experience as an educator and as a nurse and as an author and publisher. So it's capacity based. It's for well, pretty much anybody who's short on time or has difficulty organizing themselves, but particularly neurodiverse individuals, because that came up very often where I was told, I'm frazzled, or I sit down, but I don't know where to start, or I don't have a lot of time. So I developed all of these exercises and worksheets for them to go through. And you can either go through it start to cover for writing your book, or you can go through and say, I feel like this today. Like I'm high today, I'm low today, I've got this much energy, or I've got this much time. And it will tailor or make suggestions for what you can accomplish in that amount of time or with that amount of energy so that you maintain momentum. And then it's got a lot of interesting things in it as far as research. Like I put in like what kind of wounds would give such and such amount of blood loss, or
Yeah.
if you've got this wound, how would you behaving? Could you continue to fight? Or how many people are in a town versus a village, and how many people fit on a ship? you know, all of these things. So I have written it from a nursing informed background as far as neurodiversity goes and what the educational recommendations are for that audience, and then just brain dumped all of my experience as an author and as a publisher into it.
Oh, I love it. I oh, I love when people have experience and like wild things and they bring them into their books. Like you, besides you, the only other person I can think of who's been in like who's told me that they've been in any kind of like healthcare or like anything to do with like nursing or like working in a hospital. I had an author on, I'd say like a month or two ago, who was an assistant to a retina like eye surgeon,
Oh, nice.
and
Very cool.
wrote a book. And the front cover
Oh.
is an eye with glass in it. It's called I don't even remember the name of it. I have it upstairs. I feel terrible. I forgot the name. It's like the Blind Spot or something, but it's you. So you've got your medical doctorate.
I have a doctorate of nursing, yes.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen in nursing? Anything wild or no?
Oh, I've got so many stories because when I first graduated as a new grad before I had a specialty, I worked in a regional trauma center in orthopedic trauma. So any sort of broken bones or horrible rollover crashes, we were pretty much the place where everybody in the helicopters get medevac to. So
Oh,
I saw lots of stuff. And then I continued, I got my specialty and I actually started working at a children's hospital. So my specialty is pediatric neurosurgery. And so then I did that for a very long time and I saw lots and lots of really interesting cases. But then I got older and I went back to university and finished the doctorate. So now I'm just educating.
what is the what is the I hope you have an answer for it. Oh, I want to hear it so bad. What is the wildest thing you've ever seen in your whole career?
Oh my goodness, the wildest thing. Well, a lot of it is really gross. I don't know if your listeners can keep
I
up
yes,
with.
trust me, I've there people have talked about some crazy stuff on here.
Well, let's see. One of the wildest things that I had ever had to deal with was back when I had very little experience and I was still like a baby nurse and I was at the trauma center. So this patient came in and they said, "Oh, he's like his arm is degloved." And I don't know if you've ever heard that.
Oh, yes. The skin was gone.
It was just, yeah, it was gone. It was
On
just
his
like
whole
cleared
just
out and
completely wait, so his arm was like skinned.
it was just muscles and bone. There was no skin whatsoever.
How
And
does
what
that
had
happen?
it's like a lesson. I use this as a cautionary tale, but basically it was a hot summer. He had his window down and he was hanging his elbow out the window as people do
Wait
in
a
his.
minute. I've always said I wanted to write that in a book somehow. I always see people with their arm out the window when they're driving with it against their car. And
Yes.
I always think to myself, every time I see that, one day you're going to get into a car accident and it is going to destroy you're going to lose your arm.
That's what
So,
it, that's what happened. He was a truck driver. A car hit him. He rolled over with his arm still pinned out the window, and everything was gone.
oh, wait. So the truck tipped over.
Yeah, it rolled down an embankment, just end over end with his arm still out the window.
So he didn't lose the arm, but it was skinned.
It was just muscles and bone. All of the skin was completely gone, and we were progressively doing skin grafts to sort of build back up a layer of skin.
How many skin grafts does that take? Do you know?
Oh, dozens, dozens. When I saw him, he had what they'll do is they'll just use small sections of skin at once because you've got a sort of donor skin across all of your body,
Yeah.
but they can't take all of it because you need it, obviously. So they take thin, thin, thin sections that's so thin you could almost sort of see through it. And they'll lay that over and start grafting. So it can take lots and lots before you build up that layer or you cover everything. And sometimes, it's rejected or it doesn't take or something like that. So
Yeah.
it just dozens and dozens.
Does it does it hurt when they take skin off other parts of your body? Oh, it does. That makes sense.
Secondary wounds. Yeah.
Oh, I've always wondered that. How do they get the skin off?
It's a medical procedure. There's a couple different ways, but it's usually the ones that I have seen are maybe squares of like 3, 4 inches at a time, and they'll take it from somewhere like your inner thigh, and it's just millimeters thick. Like if you held it up, like if it was paper or
You
something,
would
you
see
could
through
see
it.
through it, and then they'll just layer it over the raw muscle and sort of, just almost like, I don't paper mache. You
Does it
just keep
does it naturally just like grow back onto the skin, or do they
well,
have to
you
do
hope
something?
so, but it's plastic surgery, but you hope so that it will take and start to grow, and eventually over time they'll be able to have it covered and it'll start growing in place there. But then you've got all of these donor sites over your body where they took off, the squares of it. So then those areas are a couple millimeters deep, and it'll be sort of pink and raw because
Yeah.
yeah. So that was a pretty wild. It took a lot of care to keep all of that, and you just visually you're not used to seeing it. It's just muscle. So that was a pretty wild one.
Oh man, I just want to keep talking about skin crafts. I
Well, I had another one where a guy, he had been using illegal substances, and the police were chasing him, but it was in town where the buildings are close together, so like strip mall kinds of things. And
yeah.
he was running across the roof. Uh, the cops were chasing him, and then I think he decided that he could fly like Superman or something. So he jumped off the building and landed flat-footed on the ground, which drove his shins through his kneecaps.
Oh, don't use drugs, kids,
Don't use drugs, yeah.
or run from cops, or jump off rooftops.
Yeah.
God, that sounds
So,
more painful than the guy losing all the skin on his
oh
arm.
yeah. It was bad. He lost one of his legs, and that was an interesting experience too because he'd also been arrested, so he was technically a prisoner, but he was also a patient. So he had one of his hands was in handcuffs, chained to the bed
Oh,
with
jeez.
the police in the room while
Yeah.
I was taking care of him. That's very strange.
Wait, so you were in there for that one?
Oh yeah.
Was he mean to the help, or like the not the help, but like the people who were like fixing him up? Was he like rude to them or no?
Not once he sobered up, but while he was sort of out of it, yeah, he was quite combative.
Jesus. Oh God, that is
Yeah,
nuts.
it's
Oh man.
yeah, I have loads and loads of horrible, gross nurse stories, but we all do. I mean, I can't think of a single nurse that I know that doesn't, like sit down. I got stories.
I've got to bring you on Writers After Dark one of these days. And there's like three other authors that go on it besides me.
Mhm.
And if I could do a whole episode on just skin, because I would just call it skinning. It would be called like Writers After Dark skinning. That would be amazing. Talk for like an hour about that. Oh, we talk about some dark stuff on it sometimes, so it wouldn't be anything new. Um, Man, I'm telling you, I could talk about that all day. I'm weird. I do the people that you work with, do they know that you're an author?
They know that I'm an author. I haven't shared my pen name just for privacy purposes. I don't want the crossing. But they do know that I've written books and they ask me sometimes how they're doing, and they've been really supportive.
Oh, good. I
Yeah.
My name is not a pen name, and my author name is my real name. And guy wanted to have a pen name,
Risky. Yeah.
and everybody's like, use your real name, and I'm like, why? And they're like, because your last name is perfect for being a writer, and I'm like, fine. They're like, the word novel is in your last name. They're like, just keep it what it is. I would
Uh, yeah,
I'd love to. I would love to have a pen name though. It's like a secret agent or something. It's like
it
a
is. It is.
mysterious.
And because I work with the press and all of the authors and everybody, I actually have more people in my life calling me by my pen name than I do my legal name. So it's quite, I find that I respond to it like just as well as my own name. It's very, it's funny.
Oh yeah. I
You just get used to it.
Now how you said so because you have a your own like publishing like your own press. Do you
Mhm.
go through Amazon? Do you still go through Amazon, or did you start off on Amazon, or where'd you start off, and where are your where are your books located now?
They are on Amazon. They're also with Ingram Spark. And so they're orderable, Barnes& and Noble, Books A Million, Waterstones, Blackwells, Foster's. I had somebody write me the other day saying that they picked up Siren in a bookstore in Victoria, Australia. So I do know
Oh,
that
that's
I'm carried
awesome.
in a lot of bookstores, and I've even sold. It was very strange. I've even sold books to Sweden and Brazil.
Oh,
It's really strange. That it's cool. It's really cool. So I
oh
do
yeah.
know that I am in a bunch of bookstores around.
I am, for what I know for sure. I've got a few in Australia. I've got my a few of my books are in Australia right now,
Mhm.
and they're also like in New York City, where I've done a few book conventions, and towards Maryland. But yeah, it's the weirdest feeling when somebody from Australia, like I had a guy on the podcast
Mhm.
who he was like the fifth guest on I ever had, and he was from Australia. And he's like, "You're an author too, not just a podcaster." And I'm like, I'm also an author." And he's like, "I'll have to check out your books." And he actually bought one, and I told my wife, and she goes, "You realize this means that you're international now, right?" What? And she goes, You're one of your books is in Australia." She's like, "That's overseas. That's awesome." And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know why. It didn't even like get in my head like, oh my god, yeah, that's right. It's such a weird feeling when that happens, because you're like, you feel like you've made it. Like,
Yeah. It's interesting because I know that there are stores over there stocking them, but I think probably one of the weirdest experience, like author in the wild kind of thing, is I went to a liquor store and I was just picking up some party drinks, but I had gotten a tattoo. It's a bookish tattoo of my books because my sort of my logo and everything is a trident because of my trilogy, right? So I had posted it on my socials, and then I just didn't think anything of it. So I'm at the liquor store, and I was paying. And when I stuck my arm out to pay, the clerk was like, "I know that tattoo. I saw
oh
that
wow,
tattoo." She started freaking out. She's like, "I've got your books. I know who you are." And so then she asked me to come back to the store so that I could sign them.
oh, that is awesome. That must have felt amazing.
Yeah, it was very strange. It was amazing to be recognized out in public,
Yeah.
as an author. But then I kept thinking, like, oh, I always thought if that happened, I would be dressed nicely and I would look professional. But I
Yeah.
had like sunglasses and flip flops and a bottle of peach schnapps in my hand. Oh God, the worst possible place to sort of meet a fan is when I look like, like I'm bound for a barbecue. But it was fun.
I always I've the only time I've been recognized was at the second book convention I went to, and it was because it was somebody from the first one I went to happened to be at this one coincidentally. And oh, I felt like a jackass the way I got so excited because they looked and they go, oh, they go, I've read that book. And I was like, you have? And they said, yeah. And they're like, I want to buy your other book that you've got. And I just
Exciting.
I swear it was like I started jumping up and down like an idiot. And I was
Yeah.
like, you actually want to buy it? And they're like, absolutely. They're like, I like the first one. And it's just,
Oh,
it felt so good to hear. And I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, did you come to this convention because you saw me at the first one? And they're like, no, I just go to a lot of conventions. And they're like, but you're at this one though too. And I was like, that's awesome. I'm like,
Mhm.
somebody who I don't even know came to another convention. They happened to read one of my books, and because they liked it, they got another one, and it felt really really good. It's the weirdest feeling though when I still get that weird feeling when they want your autograph.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
why did they? I mean, I've I've met celebrities that I really like and got the autograph from them, and it's such a good feeling. But it's like I'm not a big author. I'm not even like a local author yet. I'm still like trying to like plant my roots. And
Mhm.
it's so weird when somebody holds your book and out to you and is like, "Can you sign this?" And it's like,
It's awesome.
it's just me. I'm not I'm not on bookshelves yet. I'm just wherever I bring my books to is where they are. Oh,
Mhm.
it's I love it. That's awesome that I got to do that whole tattoo thing. I have
Yeah.
one I have one tattoo and it's on my wrist. It says right,
Nice.
and
Oh, okay.
yeah, and that's all I've got. I want to get a book. Um
This is mine.
oh
The
wow, nice.
trident. There you go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
So that's artwork from one of your covers?
It's my sort of my logo, my brand.
Oh, okay.
And then
Nice.
it looks like a, I don't, it's hard to get a good angle of it, but
No,
yeah,
I got a good angle. That looks really nice.
thank
I
you. So yeah, she saw that and freaked out. It was really cool.
oh yeah, that's also awesome advertising. I love that.
Yeah, yeah. And I think another weird but awesome experience is that I've got like a Etsy shop with all of my stuff, and somebody sent me a picture of their living room, and my book covers have become pretty collectible. So she had movie poster size framed of each of my covers on the wall in her living room. And I thought that was really cool.
Oh wow. That's
Yeah.
that is impressive.
I was like, "Oh my god, she's decorating with my." Such a weird feeling, right? Amazing, amazing. But I felt like I wanted to cry, but it was so cool.
You could turn that into a horror story.
Oh, really?
You're you like make the story about like a author just starting out and but they sell a lot of books in this one area and they do DoorDash to like make ends meet
Mhm.
and they go to this one apartment and the person has their books all just covering their walls and they're like, it's you. And they're like, can you
Uh,
come in for a minute?
no.
And it's like, no. And it's like, well, I just got to get your tip money. And then you're like, yeah, I'll stand in the doorway. And then the door shuts and just like bolts closed by itself.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Oh
creepy.
man, I
It would
just
be like Misery.
just gave me a book idea.
Awesome. Happy to help.
The DoorDash killer.
Oh gosh. That yeah. There's some fans out there, that kind of scary. Kind of
Oh yeah.
scary sometimes. But yeah, that's why I like having the pen name just to protect myself.
Yeah.
But everybody's been really nice, really sweet when I've met them, so it, it's good.
I thankfully have also never experienced that crazy fan yet, so I'm very happy
No.
about that. You ever you obviously get those emails, the hello great author ones or not?
All the time. All of the time. Just
I had
dozens a day.
I had one that would not leave me alone every day. Like he was sending me like 50 a day just from this one person.
Yeah.
And he started saying, if you just he's like, if you just work with me, he's like, I have a group of people who will go on and give you good reviews. And I'm like,
Yep.
well, I prefer them to read my book and give me honest reviews. I don't want them to just give me 5-star reviews because I signed on to some package that I don't know what I'm doing. And he would not leave me alone. So I finally said, leave me alone or I'm gonna have to block you. And he's like, oh, I guess you don't want any any good reviews. And it made me
Mhm.
so mad. I gave him the middle finger emoji and it was like, have a great day, leave me alone. And then he messages me back, I'm gonna have my entire group give you 1-star reviews. And I was
Mm.
like, yeah, sure he is. And then I go on to Goodreads and Amazon. I had like 15 bad reviews, all 1 star, saying how crappy my books are. And I actually had to
Mm.
go on to Goodreads. There's customer service I found out about real quick. I had to
Yeah.
go I had to go on and be like, this is all spam, like harassment reviews. Can you get it taken down? It took like 3 weeks for them to take it all down. But
But they did.
yeah, and I was like,
Good.
that's what I'm like. My wife told me, she's like, from now on, don't flick off the people who are harassing you. She's like, just block
Don't
them.
engage. I just block them. I
Yeah,
don't even respond.
yeah. She's like, just delete their emails and
Yeah.
just swipe left and just have it go out of your email. It's like it's not worth it.
No.
People.
No, it's every single day, and um I've had people that there's always those that want to like promote your book or make book videos, book
Yeah,
movies, that kind of thing. I got one this week that was about they want to turn my book into a screenplay or something, but at a cost. And I'm like, well, if I wanted it, I would choose somebody and pay. I'm not going to pay you, but yeah, I don't know what they get out of it. I guess some people fall for it, but
yeah.
everybody I know is so jaded, they just block, block, block. So
I've met a few who they I kind of feel bad for them because it's some people just don't know when it's a scammer and because they get
yeah.
just so hyped about it. I know this one guy, really nice guy. He's a great writer. He got a email from Netflix saying
Oh,
that saying they wanted to turn his book into a movie or a miniseries. And I was like, hey, I don't want to like burst your bubble, but if you don't even have an agent, they're not going to contact you. I'm
mm,
like, they would not contact you. They'd contact your agent, and they wouldn't ask you for money. They'd they'd
oh,
they'd want to buy it from you.
yep,
And I'm like,
yep.
that's what would happen. And I'm like, so the fact that they're asking you for money, I'm like, and they're not gonna email you. I'm like, they'd email your people. And thank God he listened finally and didn't go through with it. But like I've gotten emails from Stephen King and
Yes.
Dan Brown and Frida McFadden, and it's like the first time I got an email from Stephen King, I lost my mind, and my wife's like, Rob,
See,
it's not him.
yeah,
I'm like, you
it's
don't
fake.
know that, and she's like, yes, I do. He's not gonna send you a bunch of things about all your books that he's read, and then have a picture of him at the end of it and signed Stephen King. She's like, he's not gonna waste his time with you.
No,
And
no,
it
they're all
was
fake. I got emailed by David Bowie, which I thought was a pretty good accomplishment. I turned that into some content on my socials. I was like, my book is apparently so good that he's come back from the grave.
there are people out there that would not realize that he is gone and would be like, David Bowie's messaging me.
Well, no, I'm so jaded by it all. They would have to show up at my door for me to believe it was a real person.
Yeah.
I won't believe any of the emails.
Oh man. Oh, I um I love that you're I well the one thing I really want to ask, because you're doing this whole like Game of Thrones type of feeling thing.
Mhm.
Um what got you to choose that kind of like that type of genre? Have you always loved that kind? Oh,
Mm.
okay. I
Yeah, yeah.
What kind of movies are you into?
About the same, Lord of the Rings, any of the fantasy stuff, The Hobbit, going way back, Labyrinth even is a fantasy. Like that's pretty much exclusively what Farseer, um, all of that, all Brandon Sanderson stuff, Wave Kings. Um, I think the earliest things I was reading was Robert Jordan, um, Terry Goodkind, Ari Salvatore, and that's my genre. That's what I love, and that's what I write.
I Is Labyrinth, when I think of Labyrinth, and let me know if I'm wrong. Labyrinth is the one where the guy is like this and he's got the eyes in his hands.
Oh, I think that's Pan's Labyrinth. I'm talking about the David
Yeah.
Bowie one, the
Oh,
Labyrinth,
okay.
the old one.
Oh, I was gonna say I saw they're bringing Pan's Labyrinth back to theaters or something, and I
I
saw
would
the hands on
never.
his eyes, and it made me jump.
It's so creepy, but yeah, I would never. I saw that one scene with the gun, and I would never watch it again. I was so
Oh,
upset by that scene. I would never watch that movie again. But I don't like horror. I don't like scary movies.
oh,
I
you
don't like
don't?
scary no, I don't like to be scared. I like my science like I like fantasy, sci-fi, Star Wars, Star Trek. I'm a big Trekkie. But I don't want
Okay.
scary stuff.
Do you like now? You said you like Star Wars too, or no?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I I used to talk so much crap about Star Wars, and then one of my friends who is a hard, just die hard Star Wars fan, seen everything.
Yeah.
He told me one day, he's like, we're talking about our favorite like horror movies, and he goes, you know what you really got to get into is Star Wars. He's like, if you haven't
Yeah.
seen it, and I told him, I was like, I am never watched. I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time on a 3 hour movie. And he goes, you haven't even given it a chance. He goes, give it one chance. He goes, sit through one movie with me, and
Mhm.
he's like, and then you can talk all the crap you want. I sat through one of them, and he showed me in the order you're supposed to watch them, and I just got hooked.
Mhm.
It's like, this is
Mhm.
good.
The movies are really good. I think serialized stuff. I love Andor. Andor is very, very, very good. But I like all of them. Mandalorian, Ahsoka. They're all good.
Yeah, I've got to get into them more. I've never really been into fantasy, but the few times where friends have forced me to watch stuff, I'm like, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I I'm one of those people. Oh, I like being terrified. I love watching horror and like really like messed up. Just like, I don't know if you've ever watched the movie Sinister. Oh, I
No.
love it. It's just it's so twisted. I've always been more of like a horror thriller writer, but I've had a lot of people. I had my second guest was wrote like dragon fantasy and like
Mhm.
wizardry and stuff. And I'm always finding there's a lot of people in that genre. and I
Yeah.
think I might get into it one day because I don't know. It sounds like there's a lot you can do with it.
Fantasy, yeah. It's if you're into world building, it's
Yeah,
really fun to sort of build out your magic systems and everything.
that sounds awesome. You get to build out your magic systems and like create a whole world. I love it.
All the lore that comes with it. Yeah, I love fantasy. Even when I'm writing spicier stuff, it's still romantasy.
Okay, so you do you find it do you find it hard to write spice or no?
No, it's not hard to write spice, but because I deal with I've got an entire team of, sort of art readers and everything. So when people start reading what you've written, it gets quite awkward for me. But then because all of my books are on Audible, it was also quite awkward for me to sit there and listen to my narrator read all of those scenes out loud. That was
Oh,
probably worse.
I know how you feel. I the book I'm releasing this upcoming month. There's a few spicy scenes. There's a lot of witchcraft involved in it and stuff like
Mm.
that.
Mhm.
And it's the few women I've had read it after they tell me they've read it, I'm like, oh no. I'm like,
It's
you've read
awkward.
those scenes then. And they're like, it's not bad. They're like, I'm actually shocked you wrote that. And they're like, well, was not expecting this to be a spicy book. And it's like, it wasn't supposed to originally be. And it ended up happening.
Yeah. I've gotten better with my spice. That was something that I really practiced. I think my biggest shame is the first time I tried to write a threesome, and I was like, "Oh God!" I was trying to like in my head all the math, like where are all these body parts going? And so then I wrote the scene, and I'm like, "Okay." I sent it to my editor, and she writes me back. She said, "That's not physically possible," and that feedback stays with me. It just lives in my mind every time I'm writing something. Now I'm just like, is this physically
I my biggest the biggest critique I got, which I was like, what's wrong with that? This one girl who read the book that it's actually the co-author, his wife, she read it and she goes, guys, how old are we? And we're like, we're in our mid-30s. And she goes, okay. You don't she goes, penis is not a literary word. And we're like,
Yeah,
what? And she goes, penis is not a literary word. Find something else.
it's not
And
sexy.
yeah, and so we came up with a bunch of different stuff, and she's like, "You're doing better." She's like, "That word should not be in the book at all." And
No,
I learned that really quickly. I was like, "Why not?" And she's like, "No woman wants to read that."
no, it's not sexy. Biological terms, not sexy. No.
Yeah. Oh man, the the
Yeah.
things the things I've learned since I've because I started writing when I was 9 years old, but I didn't really get into it like self publishing wise on Amazon until 8 years ago.
Mhm.
So it's been a huge journey just learning you know
Yeah.
like I thought because I've been doing it for like 24 years that I was like considered not I'm not a starting out like author, but my wife even had to tell me, she's like, I don't know how to tell you this, but you're a new author. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And she goes, to
Mm.
the world you are.
Newly published, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, she goes, you might have a few books out, but she goes, nobody knows who you are. So it's
Yep.
the hard truth of learning about self-publishing is you got to really build yourself up, and it takes a while. So the fact that you've got like a public like that publishing thing, oh, that's awesome. Like
Mhm.
congratulations on that. That's got to feel great.
Mhm. It does. It's really good. I'm happy for the press. I'm happy for all the authors that are coming through the press. Um, Last week I got told that I've been nominated for 11 categories in the 2026 Book Talk Indie Author Awards too.
Oh
So,
wow,
yeah. So that's been fun.
that's impressive.
Yeah, I can't remember all the categories actually. Best narrator, best trilogy or completed series, best debut, um, book talk influencer or something. And gosh, there's a lot. Oh, best prose, best villain. So
You,
yeah,
you said you got no, number one epic fantasy on Amazon.
yes.
Oh, that is awesome. That is I'm so happy to have you on here. I've always wanted to talk to one of you guys. Seriously, I'm so happy I've gotten the chance. It's I've had one person on here who's like a number one. It was for I think it was firefighter romance,
Oh, okay.
which I didn't know was a thing. And my wife even told me, she's like, yeah, it's a thing.
There's so
And
many subgenres.
yeah, and I was like firefighter romance, and she's like, she got real close to number one, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'm like, I've met somebody who can say they're number one, and they don't come off like pretentious, just like a normal person, and they don't think they're better than anybody else, and they're just like, nope, I just like to write, and they're like, it's worked out good. Oh, it always it's always great to hear about a success story.
Yep. Yeah, it's been fun. I'm pretty proud of it. And obviously, like depending on the week or the month, your sales go up or down and sometimes you're high and sometimes you're low. But I have been number one in epic fantasy and I've beaten Harry Potter and Zodiac Academy a couple of times. It
Oh
didn't
wow.
last, but I did beat them for a while.
Still,
So,
yeah, it's you beat it. That's amazing.
yep.
Wow.
Just for a day or two, but it didn't last. But it was good while it happened.
It still happened. That's all that matters. Wow. I'm telling you, that is awesome. Oh man.
Like, yeah, like coming of age.
So you've got Siren, Twilight, and Legacy. Do you have them on you?
Yes, I do. So here's Siren.
I've seen that
Um,
one online. I think I've
this
seen
is
all.
Twilight.
Yep.
This is Legacy. This is the
Oh,
proof.
nice.
And then the spines are really popular. People buy these guys as sort of shelf trophies because the spines align up to make a trident.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, people really seem to like the covers and the spines. I actually sell more paperbacks than I do digital books.
Now you've got a designer, right? Or do you do those yourself?
I do them myself.
Oh
I
wow.
actually I've got a second degree in computer science and I used to do a lot of graphic editing for my job and like photo restoration and like old photos have been destroyed in fires and floods. And so I got a lot of Photoshop experience and so yeah, I do my own.
Nice. That is you got a lot of talent.
Thank you.
A lot. That is awesome. My wife does my covers. I couldn't do a cover to save my life.
It's fun. I love being creative. I'm working on some hand-drawn character art now for my special editions. That's going to be fun too. So then you get to sort of do like their childhood and when they get older and just a lot of I'm aiming for about 10 hand-drawn charcoals per book.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. That is that's awesome. Oh, I am wowed right now.
Uh,
I am literally wowed. Oh man. It
it's
makes me want it makes me want to work harder so I can be in that position. Oh, that is those covers and the way that it lines up on the shelf, that is man. Oh, I love it.
I'm designing the one for the prequel now, which will be her great grandmother, and so it's going to be another one that's it's very similar to Siren.
Yeah.
She's in her armor here. Her grandmother is going to be on another beach and a different shore in her armor with her sword too. So it's going to look good. They're all going to be in the same color scheme so that the trilogy and the prequel all sort of fit together. And yeah, I just like doing it. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. Writing is so much fun.
Hmm.
Love it. I gotta buy those books. Those gotta be on my to be read because I just those covers alone. I mean, I normally don't read like fantasy and stuff like that. I mean, I've watched episodes of Game of Thrones and I do like it. I've just never done like a deep dive into it. I'm so obsessed with like horror and stuff like that and like comedy. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I gotta buy those. Those look good. I like those covers.
Thank
Those
you.
covers alone make me want to read it.
A lot of people say that they buy it for the cover and then they get hooked on it. And that trident on the spines,
Yeah.
people will send me pictures of them on their shelves, and you can see it from across the room. It's just boom, that giant trident. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. I well, I don't know what time it is where you are, but I've got to get ready for a cruise.
yeah, that's right.
I
That's
just
your
sounded
vacation tomorrow.
stressed saying that.
It's
The
7 p.m. So
oh, okay. The it's right now it is 10:18 where I am. Yeah, I've still got to pack up and we leave like first thing tomorrow morning.
mhm.
I cannot wait to get on the cruise. Oh, I've been so busy lately.
Yeah, same,
Oh
same. I've
yeah.
never been on a cruise, but I want to one day.
Oh, it's fun. You got to do it when you get a chance. Um, so your books are available everywhere from Amazon, Spark Ingram. You said Barnes and Noble, I believe.
Any online bookstore, Ingram Spark, Amazon, they're on KU, and they're all on Audible as well.
Awesome. So everybody go get Siren,
Twilight,
Twilight, and Legacy.
the
And
Trident Throne trilogy.
oh, definitely. Oh man. Well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate
Thank
you
you for having me.
you giving me your time. And because I feel like an idiot, I'm gonna have you say your name.
Isla Melysin.
Isla Melysin. Everybody go check out her books and give this video a like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Thank you very much, and I cannot wait to have you on again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me and enjoy your cruise.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.